WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And news this hour is brought to you by Cornerstone Alliance. See GoMichigan.com. Cornerstone Alliance in the WSJM Newsroom. I'm Ken Lundberg in New Buffalo Township, the vacation home of former Chicago mayor and current U.S. ambassador to Japan, Rahm Emanuel, was vandalized last week. According to law enforcement officials, the word Nazis was spray painted on his fence. The Berrien County Sheriff's Office says they were notified of the incident Friday night. They're investigating. In a text to the Chicago Sun-Times, Emanuel, who is a prominent Jewish politician, said his family was very proud of how their friends, neighbors, and the community have rallied to their support and in a singular voice condemned hatred and bigotry. Now that the debt of Benton Harbor area schools has been forgiven by the state, the district can make improvements that will benefit students, staff, and the entire community. That was the message of school board trustees and officials from around the community as they held a press conference yesterday afternoon. State Representative Joey Andrews says he helped secure the debt forgiveness in Lansing. 5 other struggling school districts around the state also had their debts forgiven. Board trustee Elnora Gavin, a 1994 Benton Harbor graduate, said the cycle of school districts held back by debt is now ending.
Publicly owned schools in cities like Benton Harbor will be placed back in the running to begin restoring the communities from the aftermath of the Black school code policies that were designed to strip voters of their power and dismantle their public education system into for-profit systems.
Berrien County Commissioner Mamie Yarbrough, also a Benton Harbor Schools graduate, said the district has been at the heart of the community for generations, and with its debt load now relieved, it can move forward into the future without fear of being shut down. Representative Joey Andrews told us lawmakers agreed the best way to help students in distressed districts like Benton Harbor's was to remove the debt. In South Haven, the Dykeman Park Fireplace project is near completion. There were hopes it would be completed by Thanksgiving, but with unforeseen supply chain shortages and other issues, that's becoming unlikely. WSJM's Alyssa Steinke reports.
Shout of South Haven initiated this project with fundraising around $25,000. In addition to that money, the city of South Haven got a grant of $40,000 to go towards the project, but soon succeeded $50,000 with donations from more than 100 donors. Unfortunately, the ribbon cutting ceremony has been postponed to a later date that has yet to be announced. The upcoming holidays and the completion date being unknown were both factors in delaying the ceremony. Alyssa Steinke, WSJM News.
This week brings Black Friday, but everyone is also reminded of Small Business Saturday when shoppers are encouraged to support those locally owned shops that keep the communities humming. St. Joseph Today's Danielle Crevier tells us there will be plenty of deals to be had in downtown St. Joe.
So this whole weekend really celebrates small businesses in conjunction with the big box stores. But the cool thing is that for every $100 that's spent at a local business, approximately $68 of that stays in the local community. And so it's a great opportunity to support your neighbors, your friends, the business owners here, and just really support your community and keep it vibrant.
The list of downtown businesses holding special sales is long. We have a link to it at our website. Crevier says coming downtown to shop local helps those shops and restaurants stay open all year round. And just in time for Turkey Day, gas prices are dropping in Michigan. This is the second week in a row that they've gone down. AAA says prices at the pump are now averaging about $3.26 per gallon of regular unleaded in the state. If demand remains low heading into the holiday, the Auto Club says prices could drop even more. AAA Michigan Adrian Woodland says if you are driving, here's some advice.
This is really important this week. Have your vehicle properly maintained. If you are planning a Thanksgiving road trip, it's a good idea to have things like your engine oil, your tires, and your battery checked out.
Woodland says the highest gas prices in Michigan right now are probably around Marquette at $3.39 a gallon. The lowest prices up in Van Buren County, where it's averaging about $3.18 a gallon. Johnny and I, we've seen it around $3.09 a gallon in some places. So anyway, shop around. Not too much, though, because you don't want to waste any gas. Right. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff coming up here in just a little bit. We'll talk about some great resources available at our friends United Way of Southwest Michigan. That's coming up in just a few. But right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh says this morning that Hamas is close to reaching a truce with Israel. That a key sign that Hamas is willing to free dozens of Israeli hostages in exchange for a temporary ceasefire in Gaza. Doctors
And then you
inside
take
another
the,
Gaza hospital, meantime, say they
number
are
3,
being
play by 3
targeted,
out
much
of
like Al Shifa
Fox.
Hospital was.
Yep. There we go.
Look at that button pushing. Who knew that I'd be a button pusher?
Doing great, champ.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
Hi, live stream.
Yeah. Hey, everybody watching. We are doing a switcheroo today, a little flip flop as I'm taking the day off tomorrow. So,
Hey, what's that little signal thing over here? The wireless signal thing on that?
that's, I don't know, the Wi-Fi. Is the internet working?
I don't know. It says it's got bad Wi-Fi.
Says it's working. Looks like it's working.
Yeah, it looks like it's working over here.
But yeah, so I'm taking the day off tomorrow. So I'm giving you that crash course on how all this thing has been working. Because for some reason, no one has shown you how any of this stuff works.
Who would show me? Who would show me?
Months. I don't know.
I mean, is there a manual somewhere?
Yeah, there's a manual somewhere.
Okay.
You just got to find it. It's
All right.
around here somewhere.
How do I know that the stuff is still playing over here? I mean, I see stuff. I see them. The meters bouncing.
And you're fine.
Okay. All right.
I know it's weird sitting over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird sitting over there. How's it feel over there?
It feels fine.
Yeah.
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 Less things to push and pay attention to. The one thing I didn't, because I have my clock on my computer, but I'm so used to seeing the time and seeing where everything is. I can't see any of the stuff that's going on over there. So there's a little bit of anxiety of not knowing, but I'm all right. I trust you.
My anxiety is, oh yeah, look at that. Boy, we seem like we're really over time.
No, we'll be fine.
No.
We'll catch ourselves back up.
What's going on? What are you going to do? Anything special planned for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, hopefully sleeping in a little bit, but preparing for Jocelyn's. She's doing a grand opening this weekend. So I'm planning out the charcuterie board. Because I bought this new charcuterie board thing.
What'd you get? Like a big wood thing?
So it's like a big wood board.
Okay.
And it's got, like, I wouldn't call them drawers, but it has these little pull-out boards that are hidden underneath it that then expands. Yep. Expands the capacity. And then it has a little thing in the front that you pull out and has all of your little charcuterie tools, like a little cheese knife, little spreader,
That's
little
fancy,
little poker thing to grab stuff.
Ooh.
So it's pretty fancy. So I said, well, I've got this now. Why don't I do a charcuterie board and put some nice snacky things on there?
Very nice.
So of course, charcuterie's got a lot of meat on there.
Oh yeah.
But since you're pescatarian, what would you, when you do the grazing table or the charcuterie board, what's the things that you go for besides cheese?
By the way, we have less than a minute here before we need to get back on. I like the cheese. I like the pickles. The pickles are amazing. Got to have some bread with it and some mustards.
Like a little gherkin pickle?
Yeah, the gherkin pickles.
Yeah,
the gherkin pickles are the best ones. And let's see. I wonder, are there onions on there?
No onions.
Like the little pearl onions.
Oh,
that you can stab with.
Yeah, maybe with some grapes or things like that. Maybe some dried fruits.
Our apricots would be nice.
Yeah, a little fried, not fried, dry,
deep fried. All right, let's get back to the program here.
All right.
Depression. We build what they need to get outdoors, hunting, fishing, or playing sports. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Cloudy skies with rain showers today. The rain showers will slowly taper off this afternoon and this evening and become more scattered, but high temperatures today at 47. We drop to 38 tonight, still a few scattered showers, and then some lake effect rain tomorrow. We'll top out at only 45. We should see more sunshine by Thanksgiving Day. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
You don't need to keep saying, here we go.
Here we go.
I think I know where we're going.
Just getting you ready because
good morning,
I've got the
everyone.
microphone on.
Ken is pushing the buttons over there, so it's a little touch and go as we start.
I surprised Jonny this morning because he's been very nice in training me how to do the board.
Yeah.
For when he goes on vacation, so that I can run this masterful program and win some more rewards. But he didn't know this morning I was going to plop into his chair and set up. And so when you walked in, what was your first thought?
Oh, I was actually happy that you went over there. I'm glad you remembered. But yeah, I walked over there just to make sure everything was where it needed to be. But no, I feel good over there.
Then went over and sat in that chair, and it's like, this doesn't feel right.
I almost, I considered swapping chairs because
we're gonna take this.
We have different types of chairs in the office here, and
Jonny has the fancy ergonomic one.
A few years ago, we upgraded certain chairs in the office. And
I have one that came from a dental office after it was used.
Yes. Yeah. These from the conference room.
Oh, all right.
I grabbed my chair, and I have since for years put my chair that I've had at my desk that now doesn't exist anymore. I've had that chair. So I considered swapping chairs with you, but I didn't want to mess with you too much.
Thank you. I'll be good to it.
Typically around this time, every other Tuesday, we talk with our friends from United Way of Southwest Michigan. What I'm going to do now, though, is tell you about some of the great resources that they have available. And one of those is 211. With 211, they are there to answer the call 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Whether it's in time of natural disaster or personal crisis, 211 is committed to being the first and most essential resource to anybody who needs help. Now, 211 is a free informational and referral service that connects people to essential health and human services online or over the phone. You just simply call 211, speak with a live, highly trained service professional in our area. And all the calls and texts are private and confidential. So what are some of the issues that 211 can help you with? Well, every hour of every day, somebody needs help, whether it's needing help with providing food for your family to job training. 211 is here. You can get help with supplemental food and nutrition programs, shelter and housing options, and utilities assistance. Also, emergency information, disaster relief, employment and education opportunities, services for veterans as well that can connect you with those, healthcare, vaccination, and health epidemic information, as well as addiction prevention and rehabilitation programs, reentry help for ex-offenders. There's really a lot. They also have support groups for individuals with mental illnesses or special needs. And it's a safe, confidential path out of physical and or emotional domestic abuse. You can help, 211 can help you with that. It's such a great thing and an important resource in our community. Just in 2022, there were 14,491 calls to 211 from residents in our area in Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren counties. Breakdown by county: Berrien, around 12,000 calls, Cass County around 1,000, and then about 1,400 in Van Buren. And among the top requests were disaster-related drinking water, food assistance, utilities assistance, housing assistance, as well as COVID-19 information. Now, 211 can be accessed simply by dialing 211, but there are also other ways to connect with this social service. You can also text your zip code to 898-211 and connect with a community resource specialist in your area who can put you in touch with local organizations that provide critical services that can improve and save lives. Now, all calls and texts are private and confidential. And if you're outside of the Berrien, Cass, or Van Buren counties area, or you're calling from a VoIP or voice over IP kind of phone, you can call 1-844-875-9211 to reach the 211 call center. You can also visit uwsm.org or mi211.org for more information. And remember, though, if you are experiencing a medical emergency, the number still to call is 911. So keep that in mind. If you want to learn more about 211 and some of the other great resources that the United Way of Southwest Michigan helps with, or with your neighbors in our community, you can check out uwsm.org. What else we got going on here, Ken?
I don't know. Did you watch any football last night?
I did watch some football, just a little bit. I watched the Monday Night Football Manning cast, the two brothers, Eli and Peyton Manning. It's always fun to watch those guys because it's a different perspective than the usual TV play-by-play guys, because you're getting them from two really Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but also they're brothers, so they poke fun at each other, which I love. Eli loves to poke fun at Peyton Manning, so just the jokes that they have with that. Plus, they talk with a lot of celebrities and other guests on there, so it's a fun way to watch football. But speaking of brothers, the Kelsey brothers, they were having a family reunion game.
It didn't really go the way that Travis thought it should go, right?
Yeah, so Eagles ended up winning that one. Jason, the older brother, plays for the Eagles. Travis plays for the Chiefs. Travis is the one that he was put on the map by Taylor Swift, from what people say.
That's what I said.
But yeah, he ended up losing. And you actually think that the reason he lost?
We thought, so going into yesterday, I think it was still unknown whether or not Taylor Swift would be at the game for Monday Night Football. And there were some thoughts that she would be coming back.
Okay.
But she was in South America, for God's sake. I mean, that's a long way to get back.
Yeah, she had shows in Argentina and Brazil. And so, yeah, she's been busy on her international leg of her tour.
So she was busy, too busy, did not attend the Monday Night Football game.
Oh. I thought she was going to. What happened?
I don't know.
Was there a delay? Or
I think we just said it because
her private jet.
I don't know. Maybe she was tired.
Yeah, maybe she. I know there was a lot going on. I know that
she didn't want to steal the spotlight of the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe that's it.
You
said there was a lot. Oh, with the unfortunate death.
Yeah, there was a death in
Brazil.
One of the concerts.
Maybe that was it.
So that
some
maybe
of the PR calculation there.
And I know she's still got a lot of touring to do, but I thought this was going to be. And I'm sure they'll be able to meet somewhere down the line, maybe at the wedding.
Is that where it's going?
I think so.
Oh.
I'm not a really celebrity relationship predictor, but I can tell when people really like each other, and I think that based off of everything that I've seen, because I mean I've worked on country stations, I've worked on pop stations, Taylor Swift has always been in the news, and I've seen all of her relationships over the years. And I think this one's different. This one's I think is going to last.
Well, he's being very thoughtful. Travis Kelce is, and I see he's got a new Wall Street Journal exclusive interview where he talks about how he manifested the best year of his life. And obviously it involves Taylor Swift. He says when he was a young man, his college football coach pulled him aside one day and told him the secret of life. Everybody you meet in this world is either a fountain or a drain.
Ooh.
And so he's kind of, maybe he's met that fountain.
Yeah, I think so. And I think they're also in that article somewhere, he talks about how he's considering retiring.
Yeah.
His older brother
is going to get into music. He knows people.
His older brher, by the way, who has a Christmas album coming out.
He does not.
He does. He does. With him and a couple of his other offensive lineman teammates, they put out a Christmas album, and Travis is actually on that album.
Oh, my gosh.
It's pretty good.
That's funny.
So they can sing pretty well.
Tis the season.
They got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, he talked about retirement. He's only 34, which in football speak, that's getting older.
That is. Yeah.
So, and he's had a ton of injuries. I mean, he's played most through all of those injuries, but it takes a toll on you. And he's probably thinking, might be time to retire before, I have some sort of lifelong problem with knee pain or things like that. Also, if he does marry Taylor Swift, I don't think he has to worry about money.
Well, I was just looking to see what did he study in college to see what he can do after football, because he wants to, be part of the equation there. He graduated in 2022 with a Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies degree. So basically liberal arts.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Basic classes, probably.
Well, I mean, you get a wide survey of a lot of different things. And so then you have to figure out where you want to apply your stuff. And so I think he should be in music. Just do music. He could do country.
Right?
And she could be a little bit of rock and roll.
I don't think it'll work that
All
way.
right, fine.
I think he's okay with I think he and his brother too, I think would be great as sports commentators.
Oh, yeah.
Like color commentators.
Yeah, got the brother thing
in the
going.
future. So we'll see what ends up happening with that.
Yeah.
But I was a little bummed out that Taylor Swift wasn't at the game.
And so were the Chiefs because they lost.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because the probability or the win probability when Taylor Swift is in there is usually much higher. He plays a lot better. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes on that. I'm wondering if the parents have not had a chance to meet, if they'll meet maybe they'll have a private Thanksgiving dinner with the whole family. That's a possibility.
Will there be mint jelly? Mint jelly?
Mint jelly.
Yeah.
Are they going to have some lamb?
Well, that was always a staple at the holiday meals at one of my grandparents.
Oh.
Yeah, whether there was turkey or lamb. Usually there was a little bit of lamb, mostly turkey.
The lamb
mint,
I'm okay
mint jelly.
with, but
yeah, it's good stuff.
Mint, but not on
and it's
turkey.
always very bitter too. It was always very bitter. I don't know why.
Mm-mm.
Maybe there was no sugar in it.
All right. Well,
anyway,
you just ruined my appetite.
More Thanksgiving stuff. Yay.
We'll talk about some other stuff here in just a little bit. We'll have your Bloomberg Market Minute, plus catch you up with news and sports and a whole lot more next.
At Sturgis Bank, it's our people that make the difference. Meet Larry Morrow, Vice President.
Okay. Let's see what we're doing here.
All right.
Back on the live stream. Hello, live stream. We got Bill there. Hey, Bill. Is Johnny going to do the news today? Johnny, are you going to do the news today?
Sure. If you hit the buttons for playing the news. I don't have access to the news sound bites, but I can read the news. I've done it before.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Yeah, I would love to do that. So, yeah, we could swap computers real quick, and I can handle the news.
I can't remember the last time I swapped computers with anyone. Oh yeah, never.
Yeah. Hey, it's a work computer, so I promise not to check your browsing history.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez,
but no, yeah, I not doing the news today, Bill, but I'm taking the day off tomorrow. And in how many months have you worked here now? Since February-ish?
So what's that, 10?
Yeah, so
9.
No one, including myself, has shown Ken how to run the board, as we say, push the buttons and make things go.
I have run boards before, but this one is even though it's what 20 years old, it's probably it's newfangled.
Yeah, it's about I think we put those in 2009.
Oh, okay, so they're only 10 years old.
Yeah, they're not that old.
But they also have their own little eccentricities, would you call it?
Yeah.
Where they don't really work the way they're supposed to.
Yeah,
anymore.
Little things here and there that a button sticks here and there, or a button doesn't quite go.
It's not really a little here and there. It's pretty much every selector knob doesn't work anymore.
You know what it is? Is that
somebody abused it at some point.
It's someone that is not me.
Yeah.
Doesn't, because I take very good care and consideration to that stuff, because I don't want to
got to respect the electronics.
Don't want to get yelled at. I want things to work properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, other people
who no longer work here.
Ruined
the board.
I blame Pat Moody.
Yeah.
And other people that have worked here. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, not Pat.
I will say the funniest thing is that how much time do we have?
I don't know.
Well, we got something coming up, right?
Well,
Bloomberg Market Minute.
Yeah, we got Bloomberg. We got a lot of time here.
The funniest thing was there'd be multiple times where, things may not work properly, maybe like a satellite thing, something doesn't switch properly. And Pat Moody I would hear him yelling down the hall, like, what is going on? I give up. And he's just walked out frustrated. And usually I would walk in here like, what's going on? He's like, this thing won't work. So I'd usually have to help him out or something. He always got... He very particular guy, and I appreciate that.
Perfection, gotta have it.
But it was funny when stuff would go a little bit awry, and he was like, come on, this is ridiculous. And because he would leave the door open, he would leave the door open. Yeah, during the program, and I've done that too. But he would leave the door open while he's doing the show.
Okay, now we should get back.
Now we got a bit.
I say something. We all have reasons why we choose to ignore the things that give us pause. that seem out of place, that don't feel right. The word why can either paralyze us or empower us to stand up and protect what we love. So if you see something, why do you say something?
I see safe for my family.
I see safe for my friends.
I see say for my students.
We see say for each other.
I see say because all of this matters.
We all have something worth protecting, a why that unifies this community we're all a part of. So protect your everyday. Report suspicious activity to local authorities. If you see something, say something.
I'm John Gonzalez.
And I'm Amy Sherman. Join us every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM as we go Behind the Mitten.
We'll take you all over Michigan, introduce you to incredible events, amazing people, and fun things to do.
We'll go above the bridge and from shore to shore, helping you to find your next great adventure.
That's Behind the Mitten, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
The Bloomberg Business Minute on WSJM is brought to you by Sturgis Bank and Trust. Let's grow together. Serving Berrien Branch, Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Van Buren counties. Now with 2 new locations in St. Joseph, downtown, and on Cleveland Avenue. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The latest report from Lowe's highlights the ongoing shift away from big home renovation projects after the pandemic boom. The retailer cut its full-year revenue forecast again. Its key sales metric fell just over 7% in the latest quarter for the 4th straight decline. Lowe's results follow Home Depot's last week, also showing a drop in comparable sales, along with narrowed guidance for the full year. Zoom became an essential tool for homebound Americans during the pandemic, but as that boom faded, the company has focused more on business customers, and it looks like that's paying off. Zoom reported better than expected revenue in the latest quarter. The stock started the holiday shortened trading week on a positive note. The Dow rose nearly 0.2%. The S&P added 0.75%. The Nasdaq was up just over 1% in yesterday's session. Stock futures are slipping this morning. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Aha. This is what you were talking about, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so we hit that.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
See, look at that. First disaster averted.
No, we just fine. Yeah, there's little, like we said, little things
Little
that happen
bugs.
that you gotta be mindful of and just keep your eye on. But Ken is running the board, which on our Facebook page, if you're watching, things are flip-flopped them we're in different spots. So you're seeing that. We've had people ask if I was going to do the news today, which I would gladly do the news, but I don't have the news script or the news.
You don't have
stuff.
the news hat.
Yeah. Well,
You got to have the fedora with the little news thing in it.
I have that at home.
Well, you should have brought it. You're not
I should have
prepared.
brought it in today. Can't put headphones on with that kind of hat, though.
Oh, all right.
But I was going to say we almost should have had Bill from our Facebook page come in tomorrow, because he said that back when he was in high school, they had a radio and television class.
Oh,
yeah.
That's fun. It's something that I think a lot more schools should really take advantage of. Even those schools that have them in them.
Yeah.
There's a lot that they can do with the program.
Right.
Content never went away. And that's basically what we do. We're content generators. Kids are doing the content generation. Let's put it in a structured format and let them develop that into some sort of communication capability for careers.
I'm glad you asked that, because I know when I talk to our friends from Berrien Risa is that there's a lot of career and technical education classes, and there's a few programs that are starting up in our area. So more to come with that, and maybe some of those people will be coming to work here at some point.
Yeah.
But we've got, a lot of things to get to this morning. First, I want to tell you that it's going to be a pretty nice day if you like rain. High 47, 40% chance for that tonight with a low down to 38. To Wednesday, sunny and lake effect rain possible with a high of 45. Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
Yeah, I don't see the liner here that's supposed to be there.
The button that says news intro.
Yeah, it's not there. So I'm just going to have to say in the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's what we're following for you locally. It was a technology failure that led to the train derailment last week in New Buffalo Township. The Berrien County Public Safety Communications Center says it's conducted an investigation into the derailment that happened Thursday at the Lakeside Road crossing. An Amtrak train loaded with about 200 passengers left the rails without turning over, thank goodness, when it struck a disabled vehicle on the tracks. Berrien County 911 dispatch says it received calls about the disabled vehicle, but had trouble identifying which railroad crossing the vehicle was at due to technical issues with its computer-aided dispatch system. When dispatch notified CSX about the situation, the wrong crossing was given, and the rest was a crash. And so Berrien County Central Dispatch says it's taking steps to modify dispatch protocol to prevent a repeat of that kind of incident. 6 passengers on the train suffered minor injuries in that crash. In New Buffalo Township, also, the vacation home of former Chicago mayor and current U.S. ambassador to Japan, Rahm Emanuel, was vandalized last week. According to law enforcement officials, the word Nazis was spray painted on his fence. The Berrien County Sheriff's Office says they were notified of the incident Friday night, and they are investigating. In a text to the Chicago Sun-Times, Emanuel, who is a prominent Jewish politician, said his family is very proud of how their friends, neighbors, and community have rallied to their support, and in a singular voice condemned hatred and bigotry. And Benton Harbor City Commissioners have granted a commercial rehabilitation tax exemption for the Renaissance Athletic Club as it does some renovations on its Graham Avenue property. The club is planning to invest about $430,000 in this renovation that will include new flooring, updated plumbing and shower fixtures, new cold tubs, remodeled spa areas, a parking lot, asphalt rejuvenation. At their public hearing yesterday, Mayor Marcus Muhammad noted the tax exemption being considered would only freeze the taxable value of the property at its current amount for 10 years and not excuse the club from paying its other taxes. Cornerstone Alliance's Greg Vaughn told commissioners the club has been in the community for 10 years, proving that it is a viable asset. Commissioners then approved the exemption during their regular meeting without further comment. And in the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
We'll catch you up with sports here in just a few minutes. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state with the Michigan News Network. There it is.
WSJM
Was that it?
That was
News
it.
Now,
Well, why didn't
team
it play the
coverage
first time?
from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk
Well, we'll let that
Sports
play out.
94.9 WSJM.
And we already told you about the news.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first mess up.
Ken's running things, so it was there. It was hiding from you.
Yeah,
That's
why
what
was it
happening.
hiding?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, let's play the next thing.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Retail sales fell last month in Michigan from September. October sales landed at 43.1 on the 100-point index, a drop from September's 47.6. 44% of Michigan businesses noted an increase over September sales. 53% of Michigan retailers surveyed reported a sales decrease, and 3% reported no change. Michigan Retailers Association President and CEO William Hallen says they hope November and December go the more positive route. Things will be picking up today in terms of travel for the Thanksgiving holiday. AAA Michigan's Adrian Woodland says 1.7 million Michiganders are traveling more than 50 miles from home, either by vehicle or airplane. Woodland says 178,000 Michigan residents are flying, which sets a record since AAA started keeping track of the numbers 23 years ago. I'm Beth Fisher for the Michigan News Network.
All contractors working with Michigan businesses can win more projects by including energy-efficient rebates in your proposals. These rebates are provided by Michigan utility companies for contractors and customers completing construction projects using energy-efficient equipment. DNV, our local sponsor, can help you start your rebate journey. Visit dnvtradeally.com to learn how energy-efficient rebates can help you win more bids. That's dnvtradeally.com.
Vietnam War era veterans served honorably, and now the state of Michigan wants to honor you with a recognition certificate. This recognition certificate is for qualifying veterans who served during the Vietnam War era, currently live in Michigan or lived in Michigan while serving, and were honorably discharged or released under honorable circumstances. Get a recognition certificate for yourself or a loved one at michigan.gov/Vietnam certificate. Brought to you by the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency.
big storm moving up from the south into the northeast could affect flights into and out of places like Charlotte, Atlanta, Philadelphia, New York City. Glenn Story and his family got to Logan Airport in Boston with 2 hours to spare.
We came early, but we still have like 2.5 hours to board. So hopefully everything will work out.
The TSA is expecting to screen up to 30 million.
And I'll move that, and I'll do that.
There you go.
Huh? Look at that.
Way to go.
Where are the ailerons?
The who?
You know, the flaps.
Oh.
Can I put the landing gear down yet?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, we're figuring stuff out.
Yeah,
on the
we're
fly. That's fun.
Learning. It's I have no problem with it because I was here when they put these boards in. So I was one of the first people that got to operate this stuff.
So you're the one
back
that
in
broke
2009. No, I've kept it. Back when we were redoing the remodel of the radio stations, we had to do them one by one. And so what we did was we had to take one station. You never took the station off the air. So what you would do is we had a mobile studio. We not like the Roadhouse that we have for Y Country. What we actually did is we rented an RV and parked it in the backyard and did the radio shows through there. So for like a week at a time, people had to do their show from an RV.
Oh, geez.
It was pretty cool.
That would be.
Take a nap when you needed to because there was a bed in there. It was a lot of fun.
All right. So let's see. We've got, what are we doing here?
We got news and sports.
News and sports.
And then some commercials.
Got laser graphics there, mason jar.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go into tech trends. Okay, so we've got, let's see, approximately 20 minutes until we have to talk again.
Bill said that his radio and television class in Benton Harbor. Bill, how long ago was that? Because I know our engineer, Terry Green, he went to Benton Harbor High School, and I believe he did a similar class as well. And that's actually where he got the bug to want to do stuff like that.
And
in his career.
They still have an active department there.
They kind of revitalized the department.
They're working on it.
They're working on it. They've got a newer studio in there that's a few years old now, but new teacher for that. So career and technical education program that they're I think this year's their first full year.
Yeah.
So it's
We
pretty
should
awesome.
pop over and say hi.
We should.
I think
the
that'd be
studio is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, it's pretty nice. It's got actually 2 rooms. So you could have, I think, 5 or 6 people on the air at once in the 2 rooms. So it's pretty neat.
I met one of their program coordinators during the Benton Harbor debate that was there. And, they faced challenge after challenge because we were getting all set to live stream the debate. And I went over there to check out the equipment situation because they were excited to do this.
Yeah.
All their equipment had been stolen from the auditorium.
Ugh.
The new mixer board they had just put in, the new speakers and everything else, stolen.
Man.
Stolen. So they made do. I mean, the spirit was there to make it, and we did. So hats off to them to just kind of figuring out how to overcome situations like that.
Yeah, that certainly it turned out pretty nice. That debate and that forum. Was it a debate or a forum? It was kind of a little bit of both.
think they billed it as a debate. It was more of a more of a forum. I mean, they mixed it up a little bit.
A formal debate.
A formal debate, yeah.
What
do you want to hit here when we
Well, I think what we're going to talk about here in just a moment is being lied to by celebrities.
What? Oh, yeah. That's a good one. We should also give a quick update on plums because there's peaches, plums, nectarines recalled after
the stone fruits.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, that's not in our area.
Well,
some things to be mindful of in the grocery store. Okay. Good to know. Real quick, if you're looking to rent something, there's a condo listing in Toronto that's gone viral for being weird. They have the typical 1-bedroom goes for about $2,800 a month. But this listing is for a downtown Lakeview apartment that costs $900, but you have to share the only bedroom and the one queen size bed. The landlord says until recently somebody had been renting half her bed and it worked out just fine.
What?
So yeah, and it doesn't sound like the person was in a relationship with this landlord, but you can rent half the bed. Save yourself quite a lot of money.
I heard a news story about that from the BBC talking about just how difficult it is to find rental units. And the price they're paying, they are sharing beds of studio apartments with people they don't know, which is weird.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Anyway, all right, we're going to get back to the show here in a minute. I think.
You think?
Right?
Or business who most recently worked on your site vanished into thin air. Just tap Websticks. Doesn't matter if you need an entirely new website or have just a few things to fix. Just tap Websticks. They've been in business since 2001 and now are happy to be serving Southwest Michigan. Websticks has completed over 1,000 website projects and over 20,000 maintenance tasks. And now they're ready to help you. Give your website a fresh start. Call 269-925-1123 or visit StunningSitesMoreClicks.com.
Stunning sites, more clicks. Web design from Websticks.
From ABC News Tech Trends, it was supposed to be a quiet weekend in tech until one of the hottest startups fired its CEO. On Friday, the board of OpenAI announced that CEO Sam Altman was out.
OpenAI's board of directors had decided that Altman had not been totally transparent with them.
Semaphore Tech reporter Louise Matsakis says it's all the more unusual because the company was doing well, with high-profile partnerships and millions using its programs like ChatGPT.
This was a company that was, on a rocket ship.
OpenAI is a nonprofit, but it has a for-profit company inside it. The nonprofit's stated goal is to provide a check on the company's for-profit efforts. Matsakis says that structure is what caused many to speculate that Altman had failed to thread the needle in the board's eyes.
How much should they be considering things like profit versus ensuring that they're rolling out these AI tools in a way that's really safe?
With Tech Trends, I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WSJM Weather You Can Depend On is sponsored by Boss Services, raising the standard for heating, cooling, and electrical in Southwest Michigan. Boss Services.
Cloudy skies with rain showers today. The rain showers will slowly taper off this afternoon and this evening and become more scattered. But high temperatures today at 47. We drop to 38 tonight, still a few scattered showers, and then some lake effect rain tomorrow. We'll top out at only 45. We should see more sunshine by Thanksgiving Day. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. You can also watch our live stream and see the sweat trickling down Ken Lundberg's forehead as he is running things for the first time. But no, you're doing
here
a fine
here
job.
At WSJM.
Yeah.
I've run many a board.
Many a board. When was the last time you ran a radio board? Like
on the
10
air?
years?
Oh my gosh, it was more than that.
Oh man.
I mean, I've been part of a program where other people are potting me up.
Sure.
Before this, but yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I think when I started, they had the little round dials.
Oh, the round dials.
The round dials,
we
not the
had that
slider
here.
ones.
When I first started in 06, we had some old ones that were hanging around. I like them. I like the turn dial.
Yeah, they're nice. And I think the only problem with them is they tend to get a little bit dirtier quicker. And so you start getting that
yeah.
when you're
Turning
turning
the
up and
knob.
down. The rheostat gets a little dust inside of it. But, these are fine too. I mean, it goes to reason because we have the round knobs on the board here
Yeah.
that
They
don't
get
work.
worn down.
Yeah, they don't work. The sliders are just fine.
The little cog in the wheel
For
and
all
all
of
that
you
stuff is not good.
Who wants to know about the radio magic behind the scenes?
That's how you make a fine award-winning program. That's the secret sauce.
Before we talk about this celebrity goof,
Mhm.
can we talk about Centers for Disease Control?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right. So CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, issued a warning this week. Maybe you've heard about this, about a listeria outbreak linked to recalled peaches, nectarines, and plums, basically your stone fruits, after 10 hospitalizations and 1 death reported in 7 states. We did have an illness reported in Michigan, and actually it's all over the nation, the different cases that have been reported spread out across the nation. The agency says the affected fruits, which were distributed nationwide and sold at retail stores, were branded HMC Farms or Signature Farms, and the recall did not include organic fruit.
Okay.
So again, HMC Group Marketing has voluntarily recalled the fruit. It was sold a couple of different times between May and November of 2022 and May and November of 2023. They have a sticker on them reading USA EU. And the stickers also have numbers 4044 or 4038 for peaches, 4401 for white peach, 4036 for yellow nectarine, and a couple other numbers there. But basically, they're in bags.
Okay.
And we don't know where the fruits came from. What we do know is that once they were packaged, they were sent across the United States. And for some odd reason, there's listeria in there, and it's sickened people both last year and this year.
Wow.
So
That's
I
not
don't know.
good.
I don't know what they've got going on, but they have voluntarily recalled that. So again, if you've got the HMC Farms or Signature Farms packaged fruits, stone fruits, take another look at them and be careful before you eat them if you do.
Another thing we want to talk about is we were lied to recently by a celebrity.
I hate when that happens.
So about a week or so ago, there was a news story that came out about Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Snoop said that I have decided after many years, I am going smokeless.
He's giving up the smoke.
Giving up smoke.
He's giving up the smoke.
So we
and
thought
everyone took that to mean because
he's got issues.
He's a big proponent of smoking the Mary Jane, right?
Yep.
That he was giving up smoke. So and his note also said, please respect my privacy.
Yeah, that's where at first you were like, okay, something's going on.
Yeah.
Like he's being serious.
Yeah.
Because I immediately when he said I'm going smokeless, I laughed because I was like, there's no way. I mean, he is an icon for that product.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Also
no
known as
one calls
ganja.
it that anymore.
Yeah.
So anyways,
loco weed.
He was lying about this.
Yeah.
It was all a ploy because he was doing a sponsored ad. He recently now has sponsorship with Solo Stove. So he announced last week that he was giving up smoke, and some people really jumped to believe that he was having problems and things like that. But it was all a publicity stunt and promoting a new smokeless fire pit. He even went on Instagram and said, I am done with smoke. I'm going smokeless with Solo Stove. If you don't know what the Solo Stove, it's like a little outdoor fire pit thing, and it's got this cool design.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one.
I do have one. Yeah. They're fun. And I mean, I'm not going to do an endorsement here because, they got Snoop to deceive us.
Yeah.
But they are convenient. They are convenient.
Sure.
I haven't tried it yet, but I've been thinking because their claim is it's smokeless because of the ventilation, the way the airflow goes through it.
Oh, yeah.
That it doesn't it doesn't billow smoke.
Yeah.
I've been thinking maybe I burn all my leaves in there and then the city doesn't know about it.
Ooh.
Is that a good idea? Should I do that?
I would probably advise against that.
All right, fine.
So you got one of these, but you haven't tried it yet.
Oh, no, I've used it.
Oh, you've used
it.
But
many
you
times.
haven't checked to see how much smoke. You haven't really been paying attention to how much smoke's coming out of there.
I do. Yeah, and it's pretty smokeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want to be an endorser of people who deceive us.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're upset that
so
he
he's not
lied to
really
you,
giving up the ganja.
No, not giving that up.
All right.
He's still going to be doing that. And now he's also going to be doing that around his solo stove.
Yeah.
Around his fire.
Okay.
So,
well, I guess it's a great marketing ploy by Solo Stove. So good on them
absolutely.
for doing that. But, when you threw the personal stuff in there, please respect my privacy.
Yeah.
That was a little bit much. That's
So-
where the line was crossed.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to pick up the solo stove
Oh,
for
stop it.
anybody this Christmas, you can do that for the low price of. No, I'm kidding.
Gee, yes.
We got a lot of other stuff to get to here in just a little bit. We'll have your Moody on the Market update next.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told.
Dun, da, da, da.
There you go.
We're not on the air, right?
I don't know, man.
Okay. Don't look.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. Yeah, I saw that and I thought that's just really weird. And my first thought after, I hope he's okay, Snoop Dogg.
I thought,
after that,
emphysema or
well,
lung cancer
and
or
I thought,
something
okay,
like that.
he didn't say anything about gummies, so he's going to keep with the gummies.
Right, exactly. That's what I thought too. I was like, well, there is always gummies and other things that are out there.
I wonder if he got blowback on that. If that's why because he wasn't supposed to reveal this. I think until was it yesterday? He did reveal it.
I think
at 4:20.
I
I think he did it yesterday at 4:20. Wonder if he got blowback. Anyway,
it's possible. So that thing's pretty cool. The solo stuff.
Yeah. It basically,
how big is it?
I mean, they have a number of different sizes. They have the little shelf size.
You can do like a tabletop.
You can do a tabletop,
Nice.
which would be really good for s'mores.
Yeah.
Or ours is, yay big.
Okay.
Not that big, but that big.
Sure.
There is a bigger size, but it goes about that far off the ground.
So like your typical fire pit size.
Yeah, just your typical
roughly.
fire pit size, and it's stainless steel all around. It sits about 2 or 3 inches off the ground, and that ventilation comes through,
Yeah,
and
there's
they've got the walls,
little holes,
so
and
it goes
stuff, yeah.
through there, and so it just keeps recirculating and making stuff super hot in there.
That's pretty neat.
It is neat. It's always an anxiety moment because the dog always wants to go and sniff it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we've got a thing here. We got to do
Yep.
this.
We got to.
Be visiting our page and to also set up a link for people to go directly to that charity's website to learn more about them and also hopefully donate.
Community Action Agency is a tri-county, Cass, Van Buren, and Berrien. We run a food warehouse in Benton Harbor. We have a shelter in Decatur. We do emergency services, and we also have a great weatherization program.
Investment advisor representatives of and securities and advisory services are offered through USA Financial Securities. Member FINRA SIPC. Registered investment advisor. Full Financial Advisory, SMCAA, and USA Financial Securities are not affiliated entities.
Well, financial advisory.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, you can find it at moodyonthemarket.com. Our team of contributors always on it with tons of great stories. And you can also check out the Moody on the Move series this month. Pat Moody hanging out with the folks from Professional Hearing Services. And check out our awards program like 40 Under 40, Best Places to Work, and Bold Women of Business. It's time now for your Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Well, this is a fun one because it's always fun to see and keep an eye on what that international home appliance maker company is doing right down the road. Whirlpool Corporation. One of their big brands is Maytag.
Yeah.
And so they sent us a fancy news release this week. We decided this is a good one. We should talk about this. Whirlpool Corporation is refocusing some of its efforts on the Maytag brand with a major announcement of a new line of large appliances that it's calling the Performance lineup.
Ooh.
The Performance lineup. Maytag has always claimed dependability as one of its hallmarks. The new line draws from that heritage while adding some emphasis on style, appearance, and tactile feel.
Ooh, I love a good tactile feel
of the appliances, which Whirlpool/Maytag feels are important factors in creating today's modern home kitchen. Now, while it's not a stated goal, it's likely Maytag is hoping to better define the brand's position with millennial and Gen Z buyers like yourself, Johnny, the crowded appliance department of the big box stores and online sellers.
Yeah, they said we got the details from Maytag and their new appliance and some of the research behind the effort in a background report supplied by the company. Maytag introduced its performance lineup, a new collection of large appliances and performance powerhouses in the kitchen. Now, the lineup includes a large capacity cooling fridge, a range that simmers and sears with precision, as well as a microwave that handles splatters and spills, and a dishwasher with serious cleaning strength.
Does the microwave, it handles splatters and spills? Does it have a hand inside with a little wipe that just goes and cleans things up
Yeah, maybe.
as they explode in the microwave?
Yeah, this sounds pretty cool.
Okay.
So they've done a lot of work on that. They said they're bringing the power to cooking, cleaning, and cooling in the kitchen. The new lineup comes in a stainless steel finish and designed with key features including 36-inch wide side-by-side refrigerator, hybrid tub dishwasher with heated dry, steam clean range, over the range microwave with that nonstick interior coating, a bunch of really cool stuff. The lineup's now available on Maytag.com.
That is amazing. We've got the full article there talking about the brand, what they're doing, some of the surveys that they went out and found about homeowners, what they want as their kitchen, their ideal kitchen, cooking focused kind of stuff. Also a little bit more about the company and what they're doing there. Maytag, the brand itself, 100 years old.
Wow.
More than 100 years old. And, Whirlpool, founded right here in Benton Harbor, over 100 years old as well.
Now, the Maytag man will stick around, right?
I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe he's going to beef up a little bit because
maybe they'll have the Maytag woman.
Ooh.
How about that?
The new guy, I mean, he's all about performance. He looks like he works out.
Didn't House do the Maytag thing at one point? Was that him? The actor who does House?
No, I don't think so.
Wasn't that him?
No.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like him.
Okay. Maybe he could be a double.
Have you ever met the Maytag man?
I have not.
Oh.
No, they had, many people, they often harken back to that memory of, remember when the Maytag man came here and we took our picture with him, blah, blah, blah. It's
He
like,
did, I think, not only back years ago, the Maytag man, because they replaced him a few years back.
Yeah.
He was in the Blossom Time Parade, and I believe that the more recent one has been in the Blossom Time Parade as well.
So Colin Ferguson was one. Yeah. Was that the one? That's the one I think I was thinking of.
That's the newest guy, I think. I think he's still the guy.
They had to get the guy who played in Breaking Bad. He'd be a good one.
Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
I think he's got enough endorsement deals and things that he's got going on.
All right. Well, anyway, for the full article, check it out. It's on moodyonthemarket.com.
Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Sorry, we're a few minutes behind schedule.
That's okay.
We'll get to news in just a few moments.
All right.
Here's Rich Brandt and Derek Halsey from Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners agency in St. Joseph and Niles.
In a world where everything is chaotic and
All right. Okay.
Doing all right?
I think we're doing all right. All right. This is the part of the show where we say thank you for joining us, folks.
Yes.
We appreciate you who were on the live stream for live information. Tomorrow, we've got a special guest coming in.
Oh, yeah?
I do, because I can't just sit here and talk all by myself.
I'm glad you have a special guest coming in because I was wondering, because I'm okay talking by myself, but I know you love to talk to people.
Yeah.
So who's your special guest? Do you want to tease it?
I do. Well, I don't even want to tease it. I just want to tell the people on the live stream because we always promise them special content.
Right.
And exclusive content. And so I lined up Berrien County Sheriff Paul Bailey.
Nice.
We've been meaning to have him come in anyway.
Sure.
Because he's retiring at the end of the year. But I thought, what a great time to do it. So he's going to come in, and I've asked him to tell a few stories, and we'll see how that goes.
Very cool.
Well, and tomorrow also is the day that they're interviewing for the interim sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
And so there are 5 candidates who will be at the Berrien County Courthouse tomorrow going through public interviews on why they should be the next interim sheriff for a year until the next election happens in November 2024. So there you go. Exclusive content for those of you who hung out on the live stream.
Well, tell them I said hello.
I will.
And tell them I said happy Thanksgiving from a fellow Eau Claire grad.
There you go.
So yeah, looking forward to that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So, all right. Thank you, live stream folks. We will talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.